A pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, the diaspora, and elsewhere. I would like you to subscribe to my channel, press the bell so you'll get the next updated video. Now, I want to make this clear. When I make these comments, it might offend a few of you, but as the parrot says, who the cap fit, let they wear it. And the great reggae singer Bob Marley, I think, made a song about that too. The reason for telling you people this, if I say something that suits your class of people, the viewership will go all the way up in the air, but when you tell you the truth and point out where you are wrong, suddenly I am crazy, I'm a racist, I am biased, I am stupid. And for many of you don't even understand the truth. But I cannot blame you, because from the beginning of time, the two diseases destroy all mind and way of thinking, Burnham and Chetty. They celebrate Chetty Memorial a few days ago at Babu Jan. And I think Mashramani, or the Republic as we may call it, was Burnham's birthday. Forgive me if that was not it, but according to these two leaders, they try to make things look right for themselves. But I have a question. What makes Dr. Chetty Jagan and Burnham more important than those children that was going to Cuba on a scholarship when the Cubana airliner get hit out in the plane over Barbados? I don't hear nobody talk about them. I can't remember when last y'all talk about the Enmore Martha or Crystal, or whatever her name is. My friends, it's a shame. Guyana is not Africa and is not India. A country belongs to the indigenous people, the first people. You East Indian, which means I got your blood in me, don't get me wrong, but I have to point your fault. You always speak about the day of arrival after you see that the blacks was claiming emancipation and getting a day to celebrate. But how many black people in Guyana understand the meaning of emancipation, and you Indian understand the meaning of the day of arrival? Let me take you back to Africa as the great-grandchildren of slavery. How would you have liked to be back there 200 years ago? 150 years ago? 100 years ago? We condemn the European for slavery, but your Bible talk about slavery where the prophets was also slaves. And God allowed it. He got the power. He's more powerful than Russia and America and all of them with a nuclear bomb. He can turn this world upside down, but he allowed it. What is slavery? Today, we call it economics. Economics, slavery. It is. You have to pay tax. You have to pay your rent. You have to buy your food. You got to pay medical. And you got to pay to get to your job and back to your house. We are in more slavery today economically than in the days of our ancestors. And the reason why the ancestors' own was crucial, I speak French, you speak German, the other brothers speak Hebrew, and the other ones speak Indian, and the other ones speak Africano. Who understand who? You never seen a white man as much as a black man, vice versa. You are going to be afraid. You're going to want to be resentful to fight back. And they know what your intention is, so they're going to fight back too. So they're going to kill a few to quiet you. But they will keep your wife and children together. They'll build a school to start teaching the language. They'll build a church to give you a white Jesus, as you say. And as your children grow up to know them and their children, eventually the slavery started to go slowly and abolish. Because now everybody's speaking one language and understand each other. Lack of communication could cause a major problem internationally. If I'm speaking Chinese and you are speaking Urdu, can we communicate? No. So when we blame the white man for slavery, but cannot condemn the Quran and the Bible that spoke what happened to slavery under God, something wrong. Something wrong. God allow it. But who benefit from all. Today, each one of your mother, sisters, aunts, your daughters and granddaughter as a man got over 12 dozen underwear put in a corner when in slavery was just a lap cloth. You, the young men, got so many briefs put in a corner, so many track shoes, slippers, sandals, so many combs, so many hair things. But yet for all in slavery was just an iron comb. Think. The world started ugly, but we are making it worse today by going back and looking back to slavery. Ladies and gentlemen, if we wanted to go back, let's start strip the clothes and go back the way we ancestors came. Nobody wants that. Our young wives and mothers and children, they want women, they want two texts on their fingers, rouge and lipstick. Tribal affair again. In the olden days, tribes paint their face. Today, our women are modernizing themselves to look good. But we condemn slavery. Everything started from something rapid. And we must not look back. We must look forward. Today, in the days of past, you live in truly Bush house. Today, you got mansion, swimming pool, elevator, escalator. You have TV, radio. You got iPhone. You're going to the moon. You're traveling in plane in the sky where our ancestor was walking on the earth and using canoes and ships with sail. Ladies and gentlemen, just take a look back and ask yourself if you want that kind of life. Our women and children fetch water in buckets for miles in Africa and India. Even unto this day, some part of the world is still happening in the civilized society. They got some road in Africa worse than the road in the back dam in Guyana, in the cane field. I was there, I could tell you I went to many. So let us stop talking about racism, because the European was a slave, the Chinese was a slave, the East Indian was a slave, and the Africans were slaves. And the indigenous people with the tribal affair, like some tribe in Africa, was the same blasted thing. And in India was the caste system. And in China was another system. Friends, I would just like to take a look, but not to bring the past back forward. And none of we ready for it. Mosquitoes was killing our ancestors. All this was 60 or 55. The Lord said 70. He said that, not me. Today we got people of 100 or something years. Things happen. So why are we, every time the white man slave us, did not the black man slave the black man? And the Indian slave the Indian, and Chinese slave the Chinese, and white people slave the white people. Even unto this day, something in Africa and India, China, Caribbean, Guyana. What you all think you are? Economical slave. Today, you run behind your prime minister and your president, and you praise them more than you praise God. You put things around their neck. You worship them more than you worship your mother. Then you get a pandit, an imam, and a priest, and they tell you about Jesus, Allah, and Bhagwan, and you give them everything they ask for, but you beat your mother, your father, you put them on the street. Think. We are still in slavery some way or the other. All right? We still come out of tribalism. We are looking back too much. Stop looking back or you might turn a pillar of salt like Lot's wife. Think. If we want to look back, is any one of you ready that if you're a man or a woman and your grandmother or your mother open up your passage, would you want to go back in if there's a door? No. Stop looking back, but look forward, and do not make the mistake that others have made in the past that you heard about. Today in modern time, you the black man, how many child mothers you have? You the Indian, how many outside women you got? or the white man or the Chinese. Think. Think. Well, let's deal with Guyanese now. I do a little surveying a little while, and I'm going to break it out to you, with the Indians who are out of Guyana living in America. Queens. The fortunate one who came early, own your house. You're renting from your basement right back to the roof. And the treatment you are giving to your own Indian people is not humanity, my friend. I heard several stories that people rent the basement. At times they can't get hot water and they can't get heat when the weather is cold. And I know about that at 2084 Crescent Avenue in the Bronx. When I first came to New York with my family to reside, because you came to a strange place, you don't know it. You got to take what you get until you know the place and start to get what you want. Okay? Indian. When you have a property and you're renting it to your own Indian brothers and sisters from Guyana or elsewhere, the treatment you put them through is extravagant. You are covetous, vindictive, and corrupt, but you call back one Allah and God, hypocrites. The money you charge them for your basement or a one-bedroom in your house. And if they bring a guest, you want to raise the rent because you're talking about water. Too much water using. So you want more. But you are a human being like them. Think of those who stand up to liberate you before you came to America. Men like Digar. Men like George Corai who never asked for position. Vishnu Bandhu, Max Mohammed. Okay? Mr. Manzoor. Think. Digar who opened up the door for y'all, make you in America because all of you was branded as communists. Think. But you treat your own like nothing. You humiliate them and insult them. You, the Indian descendant. But you want to go to heaven. You want to go to God, as you call it, Jannah. You go know about effing hell. You bloody bastards. You show no respect and love to your own because you want to humiliate them and insult them. You treat them like garbage even though they pay you to rent their house in Queens or wherever you may have a house. Find out about George Coria. I never rent, they live free in my house and was giving rights. But y'all are ungrateful, vindictive, spiteful, and covetous. But the decent one keep away. Y'all love to boast and brag, you the Indian race. If you rent a man your house and he come normal, you're looking at him because you think you're better than him. The day he buy a car, you raise the rent. Why? While the black Guyanese in Brooklyn and maybe Long Island, how they treat the black brothers and sisters, more love, more affection. They have more humanity, they have more feelings than you, the Indian. You love money, paisa. You sell your soul to the devil for paisa. You quick to criticize and condemn. So I'm telling you about both major races. The only thing with the black people, the uneducated, the ignorant one, they're quick to get into problem, killing, beating, burning for corrupt businessmen and corrupt politicians. Take what I saw on the news the other day. I don't have a police inspector, black guy, and others. He was driving his car and they said special branch, couple police was following us. I shoot at him, he had to hustle the Providence police station. And they've even followed him there. And when he came out of his car and they see him in a uniform, and according to information is alleged they have been arrested, I says it's an attempt murder. And if they are guilty, they must be executed because they go to kill an innocent. But I want to question it. It's alleged. Why they want to kill him? And I guess special branch, all must be black people. I don't think police are brave. to shoot a black police officer or a black man. They bark like dog, but they hold back. They'll kill their own. They ain't touching the black. Unless they believe they're better than God. Ask the question, why was that police inspector or sergeant had to go through that? What did he know that some corrupt businessmen or politician don't want him to talk? Make the same, the other ignorant one, to fire a bullet behind him to kill him. I urge the nation to stand up. And I urge the men them who allege those crimes against this brother to speak who sent you. That your days are numbered. They're going to kill you. They're going to make you eat poison in jail. They're going to set you up to kill you. They don't want to call the name, friends. I've been telling you all this before. Think of one big man in the police force. He died on the West Coast, crossed the bridge. Some truck hit him down or something. Hit his car and mash him up. They always, when you all hide the fault, they get killed. Drive-by shooting, robbery, poison, or accident. Y'all have to dead because y'all cannot, y'all don't want to talk. The other day, a helicopter fell out of the sky. It killed a few prompt men. But 2 brothers survived. Not a scratch, according to information it's alleged. I urge the 2 of you. If this was something to get rid of those people on that helicopter, and if you believe that you are safe, think it over, friend. I am not accusing, I'm only asking questions. Because a helicopter coming down from the air with a speed, and you didn't break your hand, your foot, nor get a bruise, you better than Superman and Spider-Man. Y'all are not talking to fools. That is why I says every crime that was committed to a man, woman, whether Burnham time to now, it shall and will be reopened. And if your wife and your daughter, your girlfriend or your best friend know, they better talk because they will be giving handsome money and their name won't be called, but where are you going after them? I call on the U.S. Embassy, the Canadian, the British and others. No police officers, soldiers, ministers in government, doctors and nurses in the public hospital apply for a visa must get it without having a lie detector test. Because they might be one who are killing for politicians and corrupt businessmen because they are hungry and they need money and position. Few months ago, I do some video where I say every 10 Guyanese Indian women go to make a baby. 7 and 6 or 7 of them died with the baby. Since I hear it, might be a magic, I hear none die yet. These matters need to be investigated. Is it control of population? That those who are killing them want one population to be more? Tell me. I'm not accusing nobody. I am assuming and asking questions. Because you are very effing illiterate. Friends, whatever crime committed against a fellow human, whether it be black, brown, or yellow, it will come to surface. And any politician pay you to kill, lock up innocent people, whether you're a judge or magistrate, prosecutor or a corrupt police officer, don't do it. They can tell their friends what you do. And that friend's going to tell somebody who will tell the world. And you're going to be arrested. You all will not like the outcome. Because if you don't make life, you shouldn't take it. Right? According to information, it's alleged, an Indian businessman defended himself some time ago under some president, shot a bandit or a man who behaving bad with a licensed gun, and he had to go to jail. If these things are true, then I think it's time for the Amerindian to get their country and let's form a national fund government, where the Amerindian will be leaders of their country, administered by the other 5 races. The Constitution shall and will be changed. No ministers will be above the laws of the land. All right? And no minister will call the shot because they are workers like you, but in a higher standard like the alphabet A to Z. And like from 0 to 9, that make the rest. So there's no such thing as a big one. And if it's a big one, who's a small one? Illiterate fools. Friends, you may not like it, but every crime, and I urge you, the people of Guyana, if you feel that you was denied justice, regardless of your race, because of your color of your skin, or your religion, or what you say against somebody, just remember the police that arrest you and charge you. Remember those who accuse you. Remember the prosecutor. Remember your lawyer. And remember the magistrate and judge that maybe lock you up wrongfully. You shall get justice. Ayatollah Khomeini killed 100 or something thousand people like that. It's alleged, according to the international news from a friend of mine who was in the Iran military that run away when Ayatollah take over. Okay? And he's lying. But Ayatollah had a message. But it is your fault. When you want vote for black people because you're black, and you want vote for Indian because you're an Indian, let me make it clear, only do that in Africa and India. Vote for a policy that will take you out of poverty and turn the light on so you could see properly. Why in Guyana, 700,000 people, 300 and something thousand may have their house and land already. Why the rest cannot get free land to build their house and money to build it instead of paying rent? President Ali, Mr. Barajagner, Mr. Norton, and others. And why our Amerindian have to buy land in their own effing country? If Allah give you, Ali, a chance as Ramadan month in heaven, put you in charge, maybe Jesus would have got to buy a piece of land from you and Muhammad, isn't it? Or you, Barajagner, as a Hindu, think. Or all of you, maybe Jesus too, is that? Hypocrites. I know y'all ain't gonna like it. I don't believe in man, I believe in a higher power. God Almighty. Call him Allah, Bhagwan, or God. We believe in him. Today we are living to see what is happening in Palestine. We are hearing too many excuses. We heard about the 7th of October, and my greatest condolence and sympathy goes out to the Jewish people. As much as the Palestinians, as much as our brothers and sisters in Nigeria, Africa, and other places, where women can't even get to go to school, and in Saudi Arabia and others. My greatest sympathy goes out to my fellow brothers and sisters. Regardless of your language, I feel your pain. And no president or king is better than you. Why they're closing down school in many parts of some African country? I don't want to call the name, because they don't want the women to learn to read and write. And in some Arab country. Come on. Why? And in some, if you don't wear the khimar, they flag you. Why? Did when you come out of your mother's womb, you came with a khimar in your face? Hypocrites. You want to cover the face, but you want to get down to the waist. What a nonsense is this? Y'all may not like it. The law must be for everyone. I ask many questions. The Israelites today are fighting a war, as they call it. I do not see those people and children who are being killed have a gun in their hand, or a grenade, or a slinging shot. Then I heard on the news, it's alleged, I gotta use alleged, that if a young boy throw a stone, he will spend 10 years in prison, and according to information, they're gonna break 2 parts of his hand. It's alleged, I saw it in one of the news. Is that fair? When we are the one who's the occupier? Think. And our President of America and the Prime Minister of England, Mr. Sunak, what he named a Hindu, he don't like Muslims. His wife is a rich woman. According to information, alleged got a deal with some big oil company. But why we have to kill people for land when we will die and leave it? And why when people open up the door to you in their country, you wanted to take it over, bulldozing their house, shooting them before the 7th of October, but nobody say nothing. They close them out, blind their eyes and deaf their ears. Is that fair? But you tell me about breaking the law. You talk if I murder a man, you jail me. But if I shake hands with you and I'm your friend, I could kill a nation. What nonsense is this? Where is this war going? We have problem in Ukraine with Russia. We got problem in Haiti at our back door. We also heard that in Cuba there's problem with the military versus the leader. We got problem all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, in India. The Prime Minister, whatever is his name, Naidu, whatever, I heard are complaining Muslims do not have a right in India. I was looking at the news, unless I get the thing and I'm confused. But you Indians, and you blacks out of Mother India and Africa, I call upon you all to stop looking back, unite and look forward. You believe in God, you run to the church, oh Jesus, you give away your envelopes, but you leave your wife and children hungry, or your husband. The priest touch you. Many have sex with you. A lot of you. Even the pandits and the imam. But it was done in the name of God. And when they say holy, you get the ghost because they enter your hole. Think of it. Ladies and gentlemen, you all may not like it. I have nothing to do about that. We all make mistakes, but we must correct it. But you, East Indian of Guyana, the way you treated others in Queens and elsewhere, because they're less fortunate than you, and they came late to America, maybe Canada, but I know in America, and you rent them your basement or a floor, you dishonor them, disrespect them. You raise the rent when they get a guest or two. You spend more time listening into their conversation and watching into the room. You rent them. You're worse than the corrupt police officer and Gestapo. But you call upon Allah, Bhagwan, and God. Hypocrites. The black people got a lot of better things than y'all. They care. They have more feelings. They're quick come to your rescue. But for the ignorant one, the uneducated one, the criminal-minded one, they are the waste, like we flush in the toilet. But the decent, honorable man and woman in the African race, they have moral standard, while you Indian, only few of you. Few. You go to Florida. I remember Florida's in the 80s and 70s, before you enter there. Even in Queens, land was open, new house, everybody got a house, the place. Since you Indian get there, is paling fence. You're imprisoning yourself. You think you better somebody can thief from you. I think Mr. Ali should call all of you to put a fence around Guyana so Mr. Maduro don't take Guyana or Suriname. It's a shame. But y'all talk about justice. But let it be known to y'all, no crime shall sweep in the corner. And Dr. Jagan and Mr. Burnham is not better than your mother and father. Nobody celebrate those children who died in the Cubana airline. I don't hear a memorial for the late Walter Rodney. Waddle, they were murdered, man. Vince and Tika, come on, Green. Speak your mind, brother. Tell it before the Lord have to act. They say before the elephant die, he go back to where he come from, his graveyard. So Brother Green, before you depart from this world, tell them the truth. You might be able to save them. I want you all to know, no crime shall go unpaid. And I urge you, the Indian and the black, stop fighting one another. You are your own enemy. Your politicians are using y'all. I'm not saying you may not have some good judges, magistrate, police, and others, all in the military, and even ministers in government. But how good are you when you're falling in the trap because you're hungry? You close your eye and deaf your ears to mind your family. And you write fictitious reports to lock up innocent people. Plenty of you will eat your filth. Plenty of you will see what become of your children before your eyes. Okay? And you Indians love the obia. And you young women, whether you work in the ministry for a minister or not, if he try to dishonor you, expose his ass. Okay? Did any one of you was invited into the president's house for Christmas and New Year's? This is Ramadan month. Y'all walking behind them like they're God's gift. This is the problem. Y'all make them feel they're better than Jesus and Muhammad and God. Wake up, man. In Holland, Amsterdam, Holland, the Prime Minister was walking on the street with an African girl talking. Nobody got. Another Arab country, the man ride his horse, walk between his people. Nobody got. Those are leaders. But when you leaders walking with 10 machine gun, 50 grenade, and the dress that you're going to Vietnam, but your Racine even leave Supanam, we got a problem. Or we can What you think? Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Guyanese, I'm appealing to you. If Ali is doing good, it's your duty to support him for the benefit of your country and the future generation. But if he's doing wrong, it is your duty also to oppose it. But I can't understand, y'all are praising these people. If Digar did not join the PNC with a coalition, what would have become of you Indian and black people? You would have entered the show of Canada and America. All of you are branded as communists. And you black people, a lot of you are racial. Indian and not racial people, y'all are so corrupt. Snake will run from you. But the decent, honorable one, stay away. Friends, I don't care if y'all don't look at the program and I bring it out. But I know the truth shall be the truth. Okay? I have seen in a village, there was a flood. The black people was out trying to clear the trench and clear the thing. An Indian walked past. And they have to cross the bridge. And they have to live in the same place. Are you better than anybody else? But I still can't understand why an Amerindian got to buy land in their own country. Come on, Ali, answer me. Will you sell Muhammad a piece of land in heaven if God take you there and put you in charge? Come on, Barajagdia. Will you sell Krishna and Sita a piece of land in heaven if God Bhagwan put you there and put you in charge? You will profit, yes, because you will make business on the real profits. Peace be unto them. Hypocrites in every corner. So for you, the black police, special branch, and you, the black criminal, are the coolie one, do not kill for corrupt businessmen. Do not kill for politicians because they're going to tell people who you kill. And you ain't going no way. I can promise you that. And even if you die, what the Bible said that Jesus said, your children shall answer the call. How nice is that to know you commit the crime, you dead and gone, but your innocent child would have to bear your cross. That is not fair to the child. But that is the teaching of God. And he named God. And the son is Jesus, as they say. And he said it. Well, my mother used to call me the devil, the son of the devil. Until I was about 7 or 8 and I answered her, if Jesus is the son of God, through Mary, and I am the son of the devil, mother, we both have power. She stopped calling me that. My stepfather used to call me Noah. And when I tell him certain things, what would have happened to his two sons, make their back in Guyana with me, he called me once everywhere I go, I make trouble. Then he asked me how many days, asked Michael Chong and writes and Alexander Chong, what happened? Then I look at him and I tell him what will happen. About the ship will blow up or go down. He said, where Noah? He humiliates me by calling me Noah. God work is great, ladies and gentlemen. And I look at him because he take care of me as a child. And I said, Daddy, don't worry. Within 40 days. He said, started when? I said, started today. He take a calendar and he write, Noah says, 16 to 17 days passed. He said, Noah, 24 days left. Yes, it was 16 days. 24 days left. And I dropped the shovel or spade what I had concreting the yard. And I said to him, no. And I look around, I said, it will be in the newspaper soon. He said, you mean to tell me, Noah? Man, Chinese man, William Augustus Chong, the first cousin of Arthur Chong, your president. Listen carefully. I swear to it. He said, you mean to tell me if the ship go down in Africa, India, China, or Africa, or any part of the world, in Guyana newspaper? I said, yes, front page. My big boy was 3 years of age. Every day that Chinese man bought a paper, he write, first day, second day, and he do it on the calendar. On the 24th day, 16 days, sorry, when he told me that, I said it would not be too long. 17 days, I was still concreting the yard. That 3 bags of stone. He get a newspaper because Joshie McLean sold him the paper every day. When he see the front page, it was there, he circled it and he light a cigarette. And he look at me and he give my little boy to give me and he go by the window looking through. He said, from today I change your name Jesus. You people want to see fair play. But I have a message for all of you corrupt ones. No one shall hurt us and walk away. But we don't need to hurt your children. We need you to repent quick and say, who tell you to do it? Or like Ahmad Ali, Safras Ali, put their wall on our land. Right? With the corrupt lawyers and the judges and all who make law. Because we cannot win. Guyana don't have a court system. If I back the PPP and you're all in charge, I can do no wrong. If I back the PMC and they're in charge, hey, I can do no wrong. I rather go hungry and sleep on the street instead of backing the devil's angel. Take it from me, hypocrites. Why the Amerindian have to buy land in Guyana? Or anybody, for an example, but the Amerindian more, because that's their more. Tell me. My God, it's a shame. It's miserable. An Indian called me from Berbice. He said, Brother Karaya, we are not be trying to get one piece of land and be get pushed around. But the Chinese could get too much they want and burn them data. Get the whole back of the garden I can to Barra Jack do at a meeting in Queens. It's a let, I got to use a let steady. Then I heard if I come to Guyana, they can pick me up at the airport and they can give me, let me know to y'all, yeah? America gets what America wants, and we are servants of the United States. They do a lot of good, but they make a lot of mistakes too. And they are human, but they still hold the world together. Okay? I ask you, in the name of God, to come together for National Front Government. Where an Amerindian man or woman will be the leader, administrated by the rest. Everybody will get a salary, money to build your dream house. And laws will change. It's not black man, black woman, coolie woman. No. We are all human beings. Open up the door to Africa, India, the Caribbean, and other nations, and let them come to Guyana and live and build their dream and take care of their family, worship their God regardless of the language and culture, but make your law. All life matters, not only black life. Come on. So if I offend y'all, let me apologize. I'm not responsible for your intelligence. Few days ago, we cremated a friend, Lal Bahadur Singh Hardy, who contributed a lot to political movements in Guyana. Did Mansour heard about that? Did Max Mohammed heard about that? Or Bandu? Friends, we knows a lot. But God will judge us all. So I call upon you, if Ali is doing good, let's unite, work with him. But do not sell yourself cheap. They are not doing you a favor. Every citizen deserves to have a piece of land to build your dream house. And laws must make one for all for one. One Guyana, as they say. And open up the door to Africa, India, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world. And let's unite as human beings and put God's work forward. Thank you, and have a good day. I am your host, George Correa. Thanks again. Peace.